What's up, everybody? So, hey, look, I am really under the weather today. It is not a good day. Has been the last couple days, so I apologize for not doing the live stuff, but we'll still get the stuff that you need to get ready, because we do got a lot to do before next Monday, before we do the podcast. But again, let's just go down here. If we look at today, we're really looking at the Fed's paying for COVID-19, so a very interesting thing. And we're kind of talking about China right now. And should we pay reparations? So go ahead and click on the Social Think Journal, and you go to this. We're going to be doing number 4. It just asks you to watch the video quickly and just really listen to the words of the congressman and see, do you agree with it? Should China have to pay reparations? And that means, should they have to pay us back for, let's say, quote, unquote, causing COVID-19 around the world, right? Should something happen, or should we just, hey, it is what it is, it's life, it happens, right? So really think about it, because I think it's a very important thing that we are going to be touching upon in the next couple of weeks, if not months, by the end of this. Once economies go back to normal, people are going to ask the question, should China get off scot-free or not? And then how does that go for future? Like, let's say something happened with us where we unleashed that stuff. So think about it. As we move on, so we'll have Friday again is an orange day, and then next Monday is the big one, the May 4th. We really need to be on that time. So what that is, a few people have asked what the heck this is. This is the podcast we are doing here, so it's really cool. If we look at this, we're actually going to enter the 3rd annual student podcast for the New York Times, so we got to submit it by May 18th. So we're going to tell our story. We're going to do it in a very collaborative sense, but we're going to talk about COVID-19, and we're going to be the experts as seniors that are leaving. So that's why I got to have it done by then, so we can really tweak it, make sure it's good to go, put some music, all that stuff. But we are going to win this thing. Someone sent it to me, the district, and said, I think your students would win. And I said, absolutely, they will win. Where do we send the check? Send it to us, and we'll divvy it up. So we're going to do that. So we're going to move forward. So what the picture does show is your last name is going to dictate where you're going to focus on in this one. So if I am A through D, for example here, my last name, I'm going to be focusing on education. If I'm E through I, I'm stimulus. J through N is social distancing, and O through Z is jobs and work. What it does say down here is it is advised to have at least 2 pieces of evidence ready to support your reasoning during the podcast. We are going to talk very social, so we want to be able to have firepower ready to go. So for example, like this one, new taxes are coming to finance all that stimulus planning. So if you really thought that $3.6 trillion was just going to be printed and inflation was going to rise, you're crazy. What's going to happen is it's just going to be future tax. Once the economy comes back, then we'll see tax rates go up probably, right? So this is a piece of evidence you could use from Yahoo Finance by Rick Newham. You could use that. On the education side, we're seeing a lot of stuff in terms of what's going to happen with enrollment coming up. So right now we think there's 15 false scenarios for higher ed in terms of how to handle it. So maybe you could do something around that. Even social distancing right now, there's literally a thing called Zoom fatigue. It's happening now. And here's why it goes through it, that we're all social beings, and right now we're just being exhausted through Zoom calls. And they did talk about like the body language used down here and emotions and changing in your eyes, that when you're communicating with people, you look at that stuff even though you not think you are. So Zoom is really making it difficult for a lot of people to keep that human interaction, that socialization going, and it's stressing people out. And then the implication is, just because you're on Zoom doesn't mean you're productive, right? That type of stuff. And what does it do? Social distancing. So really, you're going to be the expert on it. So look, there's a lot of stuff. I picked these topics right now because these are really open-ended, and there's a lot of evidence being put out there right now. So we really just want to make sure that we are ready to go, because how we're going to do this is on Monday. I apologize there. It's gotten to me. Monday, what we're going to do on the 4th is we're going to log in at 2:30, and we will start it from there, and we're just going to casually go through it, flow. So when it's your topic or your time to say something, or you want to interject, you go ahead and do it, but it's going to be very free-flowing, very student-led, like giving us recommendations and like what the current structure is right now, the stuff happening with COVID, what is the immediate short future going to be like in the next month or two, to what is it going to be like in 2 to 3 years. So we really just need to use this time as a way to really solidify, get ourselves ready for that, okay? If you want to jump on Friday, I will make it a point to make sure that I'm better by then, to where I can actually come on and we can do the interactive stuff, and then Monday we'll be ready to go. Plus our Econ final is next Friday after that, the 8th. We review on Wednesday, so guys, we're almost done. Don't finish early, but we're going to have a good time with it. Really are, because I want to learn organically. I don't just want to learn for nonsensical purposes, okay? If you need anything, let me know. You guys rock. Thank you for understanding always. I hope you are well. I miss you guys dearly.